Wow. I tell you what, Joe, I am excited.
I'm excited too.
I mean, I couldn't wait for this interview. There's some interviews I can wait for. And there's others, I'm there early, I'm wide awake, I'm ready to go. So thanks a lot for being here. I certainly appreciate it.
Oh, it's an honor and privilege to be here.
Fantastic. There's some folks, Joe, they're watching. They showed up early. They were ready. They were prepared. Matter of fact, they're listening right now to us. They may be listening to us. What would you recommend they do so they can get the most out of what you're going to talk about today?
What I'd encourage, obviously, is to get some notes, paper and pen, sit back, relax, get a glass of water or some soft drink, but just get ready. Get a mindset of absorbing some great information today.
Absolutely. So this is going to be one of those life-changing experiences, that's for sure. Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, and I'm so excited today to be here with none other than the international business executive himself. He's here in person, Joe Reed. And today, Joe Reed's going to be talking about the 90-day millionaire. What a topic. What a time. I couldn't think of a better time than right now for us all to hear this message that Joe has to share with us. Joe, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Shay, and it's certainly an honor and privilege again to be here just to share some nuggets of information with the audience. Years and years of information, knowledge, and expertise condensed for the listening audience.
Wow, it's going to be condensed. And we only have so much time, you know.
Absolutely.
I know you can be here for days, but we only have so much time. Well, Joe, why don't we just jump right into it? Because there's got to be a question to folks that are listening right now. And the question they have right now is, who is this for? That's the first question. So
Sure.
Why don't we jump right into it, Joe? Please tell us, Joe, who is this for today?
And that's a great question. And this really is for people, designed for people who want more money.
Mm-hmm.
People who are, say, in their 20s, college students that just graduate, recent college grads, who are entering the job market, and they're looking for extra income. Some of them are perhaps underemployed. People who are looking for extra income. They want to perhaps leverage into a starter home or want to start a family. Or, you know, let's look at the generation, the 30s and the 40s, who are perhaps in a situation where they want a second income, looking for perhaps a second mortgage. They're looking for extra income. And then we can jump forward to the folks who are over 60s and over, who are entering their senior years, and they're having a shortage of cash. They're looking for a situation where they might need to help their kids or their grandkids with college education, secondary income. You know, we are absolutely focusing here on individuals who run the gamut from their 20s all the way up to 60s and beyond, who want to experience extra income to service whatever areas of their life that needs to be serviced in terms of, you know, extra income to, you know, to give away, extra money to give away, extra situation where they want to give more, tithe more to their churches.
Wow, wow. And, you know, who else is this for, Joe? Please tell us, who else is this for?
Individuals who want to get out of debt.
Get out of debt. Tell us a little bit about that, if you would, please.
Those are individuals who perhaps are over-leveraged, you know, racking up extra charges on their credit cards. Individuals who are experiencing perhaps situation where they're just way burdened with extra debt. And those are individuals who we're targeting here with this message.
Wow. What about folks that just want to just pay off their mortgage? Because those folks benefit as well.
Those people, as I said, you know, there's a spectrum of individuals who can benefit, and you know, pay off their mortgage, accelerate their payments on their cars. You know, individuals who just want to do more.
Wow, wow. And who else might this be for today? I mean, you know, you have a very, very powerful message, but who else might this be for today? Please share with us.
Individuals who want to leave a legacy.
Okay.
A legacy for their kids and grandkids. Individuals who, you know, we go into some homes and we see, you know, a picture above the mantelpiece. If you want to be that type of person for your kids and for your grandkids, this information is for you.
90-day millionaire is for you. Now, I'm going to ask one more time. I'm just curious, who else is this for? Please, just tell us, who else could this be for possibly?
for small business owners out there.
Business owners, like business owners.
Absolute. You know, there are millions and millions of small business owners out there. And the statistics shows that, you know, 60, 70%, 80% of the population are employed by business owners, small businesses in this country. And what we are saying here is that these business owners are sometimes over-leveraged. They might be caught in a leverage buyout. They've sold their businesses, or you know, they're looking to perhaps enter into owning a second home, a vacation home. Individuals want that extra income, extra money to purchase equipment, purchase inventory. This information is for those people.
Wow, fantastic. And you know, there are folks, Joe, we kind of just jump right into it, and you've been talking and so forth, and they're probably want to know, who is Joe Reed? Like, who is Joe Reed? Who is this guy that's coming out that's going to be telling us today about the 90-day challenge? Please, Joe, if you would, for us, you know, tell us a little bit about you and who are you?
Yeah, well, just a quick introduction here. My name is Joe Reed. I'm originally from the tiny Caribbean island of Jamaica in the West Indies, and originally an engineer. That's my training, that's my profession. But when I migrated here to the United States, got married to my lovely wife, Joan, I recognized very early on the importance of leveraged income. And I started on a journey of success here, and made a lot of mistakes, a lot of early, you know, just encountered a lot of challenges. But I stuck with it. I recognized very early on that if I want to get rich, if I want to become a millionaire, if I want to get into that 7-figure category of successful entrepreneurs and business individuals, then I needed to take steps for me of success where I sort of step out from the crowd, if you will. Step out from that job environment where it sort of restricts you, where, you know, you're able to do more, not only for yourself, for your family, for your church, for your religious organization. What we're saying here is, for me personally, as an international business executive, as an investor, because that's what I've eventually grown into, becoming an investor in projects and opportunities, that I can be able to condense all this information and share it with not only thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and one day millions of people will be recipients of this incredible information.
Wow. So you're married? For those that are
Married.
listening, I just want y'all to know, I know you're hearing all this money floating around. You are married.
Married for over 30 years.
Over how long?
Over 30 years.
30 years. Well, congratulations to
Thank you.
I got to ask this question. It has nothing to do with the 90-day millionaire, but how did you manage to stay married for 30 years?
Well, you know, I got to be able to say yes.
All right, married 30 years. You say yes. I guess that's one
Say
way to
yes.
get there. Any children?
4 boys, four
Four
grown
boys.
kids, yes.
Four
Four
boys.
boys,
Okay. Well, congratulations. 4 boys, and they're in college, out of college?
3 out of college. One is a physician, one is an investment banker, and the third is a teacher. And then I have one who is a pre-med student right now in college.
Wow, well, congratulations to you, and you know, you've certainly done a lot right now. Tell us a little bit on the business side. It's my understanding that you've worked with organizations where you were directly responsible for, in your organization, by the way, at least 10,000. I'm gonna be very clear, 10,000. That's one with a 0 with 3 zeros behind it, 10,000 folks, at least a minimum.
That's correct. That's correct, Shay.
Okay, now, so anyone that's done that, and 10,000 is just a phenomenal feat. But you take 10,000, well, if I was doing a calculation, I got 10,000, and I put times 40, that gives me 400,000. I want to be very clear for the audience, that's 400,000. Have you, Joe, directly been in charge of and working, have folks under you in this excess of 400,000 individuals?
Through the wonderful powers of the internet and through the relationship marketing, yes, I have done that. I've built an organization, my largest to date, over 400,000, and it did not take me a lifetime to do that. Less than 5 years is what it took.
Wow, less than 5 years. And today, you're going to share the secret. Today, you're going to share how in 90 days, folks can become a millionaire. There is a system, there is a plan, and you yourself have worked with folks to help them accelerate from where they were to where they want to get to. Is that correct?
Absolutely will, yes. And I do have a customized solution, and we will talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, it's customized?
Customized.
Okay, so it can work for anyone from where they are to where they need to get to.
That's absolutely correct.
Wow, I can't wait to hear all about it. And let's start off, Joe, if we can, with the Millionaire Quiz. Now, there are folks that are watching right now, and they're curious. They see up there the Millionaire Quiz. They're like, what is the Millionaire Quiz? Before you tell them the what, Joe, if you would, just please share with them why it's important for you to put this together and what it's all about. And today we're going to dive right into that today, and then you're going to answer some very important questions, I understand.
Very important question here has to do with the why.
Why? Okay.
You know, why do you want to be a millionaire? Why do you want to experience abundance and prosperity? Why? That's a big motivating reason. And for some, it might be to put their sons or their grandsons, grandkids through college. It might be to set up a foundation where they can give away, give back. You know, it might be that they want to add on to their homes, you know, or build a second home. You know, there is a prevailing why, undercurrent why, and that's really what we want to establish in individuals. Why do you want more? And that can be sort of embodied right here in the quiz, all right? But what we do is we focus on the why, but more importantly too, we want to focus on what are the steps necessary to sort of encounter, you know, sort of bring out the questions. The questions really, you know, there's a great book out there that says the questions are the answers. It's very important here to establish the questions of what is necessary to get to that next step in the millionaireship system that we have, and we have that here with the 7 steps or the 7 questions that we have with this quiz that I personally customized and developed.
Wow, that sounds great. I can't wait to hear these questions. It has to be a question that I ask of you often, Joe, which is, you know, what does it take to be a millionaire? And as I understand, you're kind of like a doctor, if you will. You kind of go in and first do a diagnosis, and then you customize the solution. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
So we're going to find out, one, do they have what it takes to be a millionaire? That's got to be questions. We know powerful people ask powerful questions. And number 2, what they can do to become one. We're going to share those secrets today. Let's start off if we can. Let's just start with one question. Let's go off right now because this is very important. We're going to go through a series right now of 7 questions to do what?
7 questions to determine if you have what it takes to be a millionaire.
7 questions. Okay. So let's just jump right, if we can, to question number 1. Question number 1 is what?
Question number 1, are you a goal setter?
Are you a goal setter? Tell us a little bit about that. Why the question? And tell us a little bit about that, if you will.
Well, you know, it's first off very, very important to understand the power of setting goals, because that sets off a subconscious shift, if you will, towards achieving that goal. The saying goes, you know, once you make a decision, once you decide something that you want in terms of a goal, and you put the desired plan into action, then you can have it. The universe will conspire, literally, to make it happen for you.
So for folks that are listening right now, they heard question number 1. Part of the quiz, I understand, is there's some type of system that they've got to measure themselves on. Can you tell us a little bit about that, if you will?
Yes, there is. And there's a scale.
There's a scale, okay.
That measures success quotient here, if you will. A scale from 1 to 10, 1 being, you know.
Not too good?
Not too good.
Okay, on the lower side, okay. Go ahead, I guess it's okay to say it, not too good.
And 10 being, you know, excellent.
Okay.
And so each question we're going to be rating, you're going to be rating yourself 1 through 10 on each of these questions.
So question number 1, are you a goal setter? I give myself a rating of 1 to 10. I don't want to show you my number right now. Do I have to share my number, by the way?
No.
Okay, great. So I'm going to put a number down, but at the end, you can help us all be better. That's the good news.
Sure.
Well, let's get right to question number 2, if we can. Question number 2. And question number 2 is very, very important. And question number 2, we're going to show that right now. Question number 2 is this, Joe, and this is going to be very, very important. Question number 2 is what?
Question number 2, are you a decision maker?
Are you a decision maker? Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you mean by that, Joe.
Well, you know, I really got this from one of my major books that I read, Think and Grow Rich. And it states that successful people, ultra successful people, are able to make decisions quickly, and seldom, if at all, change their decision. While unsuccessful people, they tend to not make a decision or take very, very long to make decisions. And of course, they change very quickly. So what we are able to do here through the system, through this millionaireship system, is to teach people, or to encourage people, and to inspire people to make decisions.
Wow.
Make decisions quickly.
Now, can you share an example maybe where you had to make a decision, and you had to make a decision, maybe you have 2 years to think about it, but you made the decision, and it was the right decision. Can you tell us just a quick, I mean, this is a personal example. Is that okay?
Absolutely, and I'll be happy to share this information. Back 3 years ago, back in 2009,
okay.
I was able to, got wind of an opportunity, and was able to get in on a company before it went public. And I was offered a private offering. And I was able to take advantage of buying 1 million shares of stock at 5 cents per share.
Okay.
Well, you know what? That company and that stock eventually became 15 cents, 20 cents, 35 cents, 50 cents. That stock went all the way up to $1.
Wow.
But I can just pinpoint that hour of decision for me, if you will. That ability to make that decision and follow through with that decision, and that portfolio, that stock portfolio that I bought with that company, eventually grew to $1 million. It went up to $1 per share.
Wow. So folks, again, they're rating themselves. Is that what you said? So they need to rate themselves on a scale of, what is it again, please?
A scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10, and 1 being the...
1 being
low end?
on the low end
It's
of the...
okay to say that, Joe. It's okay. And 10 means...
And 10 being, excellent.
Okay. So now they have the rating for question number 1, have a rating for question number 2. We're going to move right now, Joe, if we can, to question number 3. You said you had 7 questions. I'm curious what all these questions are. So question number 3 is what?
Are you an action taker?
An action taker.
Yes.
Okay, tell us a little about that. They made a decision, but what does it mean to be an action taker?
Well, just have that edge where you take steps, actionable steps. A very good friend of mine, billionaire Michael V. Roberts, wrote a book, and the book said, "Action has no season." And I highly recommend that book.
Action has no season.
Action-
I like that.
action-
Action
has no seasons.
Action has no seasons. Okay.
And that really speaks to the individual being able to take action, decisive action. And that's so necessary if you really want to get to the next level, get to become, a high 6-figure or 7-figure earner. You have to be able to make decisions quickly, make decisions that are decisive, because that's really sometimes spark a difference between success and failure.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're on question number 3, and they have to, again, rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you fall on that scale?
Where do you fall?
1 or 10?
Or 10.
And it's okay. Today, this is not a beat me up session, I understand. Is that correct?
No, it's not.
This is just doing a self-analysis.
It's a self-evaluation.
Self-evaluations, which is what all successful people do. People you work with, you have to, I guess, first evaluate them and find out where they are. Is that correct?
Sure.
Okay, great.
That's correct.
Great. Let's make sure they don't think they got to beat themselves up. All right, step number 4, question number 4. Question number 4. I'm really curious. I can't wait to see question number 4. And this is so important. Question number 4 is what?
Are you consistent?
Are you consistent? Now, Joe, I think you stepped on a lot of toes there, by the way. But please tell us what you mean by being consistent.
Well, being consistent really speaks to the ability to stick with something, to be able to follow through with a task or responsibility, being able to just be there for the long haul. And that's one of the huge ingredient of successful individual, that consistency factor.
Wow, consistency is the key. And some
Very
folks
key.
get started, take action, but they're not doing it consistently.
Correct.
So they got to rate themselves again on a scale of 1 to 10. This is a quiz, right?
It is a quiz, yes.
And it is a rating quiz.
And it's a rating.
I want to make sure we're clear.
Yes.
All right, let's get to question number 6 if we can. Question number 6 is going to be so important. I can't wait to see question number 6. And here is question number 6. Please, let's share with the audience. What is question number 6?
Question number 5. I think.
Question number 5. Oh,
Yeah.
question number 5. I'm so far ahead. Question number 5 is what? Are you what?
Are you persistent?
are you persistent?
Persistent.
Tell us a little bit about being persistent, please.
Well, persistence is a trait or a characteristic that is absolutely crucial to as a driver of success. We're saying persistent mean, being able to overcome obstacles, overcome challenges, because sometimes, Shay, life gets in the way. So what we're saying here, if you're out there watching this and listening to this information, do you have that special ingredient to overcome obstacles? Because, gosh darn, life gets in the way.
I like it. Life gets in the way. And do you mind being a little vulnerable with the audience, Joe, and maybe sharing a time where you had a setback and you had to be persistent? You had to maybe dig down, just what you're talking about right now. I mean, this is the 90-day millionaire. You're being open. Can you share an example personally, if you would?
That's sometimes, it's hard to share, but personal experience really brings the point that I'm trying to make here with, just having lost a high six-figure income back in 2008. That was in the era where, things were going south for a lot of businesses, for the economy. But, be able to lose that and being able to find myself in opportunities, in other opportunities, find myself starting a mastermind, find myself doing other things that ultimately replace tenfold what I lost. And that's really a mentality shift, if you will, Shay.
Wow. So, Joe, no matter where they rated themselves on being persistent, whether it's on the low end or the high end, I guess the message you're sharing with them is what? That they can still pick up from where they are?
That's correct.
And they can still move forward.
That's correct.
So you do work with those type of folks who've had those type of setbacks?
I have mentored and coached hundreds of individuals, thousands of individuals. And what we are saying here, does not matter your particular circumstance. Doesn't matter, where you are on the spectrum of success. Well, we're able to customize solutions for you that will help you get back on the road, get back in the horse, if you will, and get back and get to the success that you desire.
Wow, I'm here today with the international business executive, none other than Joe Reed. And Joe, thanks so much for sharing so far. Let's look at, right now, question number 6. We're going to show them what question number 6 is. And, we're rating ourselves on a scale number 10. But before we do that, Joe, I understand that you wanted to give a gift.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And the gift is a special report, the 90-day millionaire. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, before we, they can see the number, and you're going to tell them how they can text it. But before we do that, does this cost anything? I got to ask a question.
It's a free report.
So it's free.
It's
like
free report.
F-R-E-E.
Free report.
I want to make sure. I know how you mean. You're tight. You're tight with the money. Okay. So how do they go about getting a hold of this free report? Now, folks that are out there right now, I'm going to suggest they get their cell phones out. So I'm going to suggest they all get their cell phones out, pull it out right now. And if you don't have it, just go find it. And then, Joe, tell them what they need to do in order to do it. The first thing you got to do is they got to get the cell phone out. So if you don't have your cell phone, go get your cell phone. And then what do they do after that, Joe? How do they get the special gift?
We're encouraging you immediately. Text the word wealth to 516-858-5818.
So they first have to type in the number. Is that correct?
That's right.
And then once they type in the number, then they type in the word wealth. Once they type in the word wealth, then they type in 516.
858-5818.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to suggest that you all right now, we're going to come back. Everyone need to go get the report right now. Everyone go get the special report right now. And then, Joe, I'm going to get right on to question number 6. Tell them one more time, Joe, how do they get the special report? They text the word what?
Text the word wealth to 516-858-5818.
And then they'll get instant information on their phone that will allow and show them step by step, and it's free. This is free. You're on camera
free
now.
report.
It's free report.
Report.
So let's just move on to question number 6. Question number 6 is what? What is question number 6?
Are you modeling success?
Now you got an A and a B up there, Joe. Now you got to break this down for me. You got are you modeling success? Then there's A and then there's B. Sure. Tell us first, if you can, about A.
Success, modeling success A. That's the A plan, if you will. And there are individuals out there who looking to earn extra income, and they're going to start their own business.
Just go out. Let me get this right. They're going to just go out and just start their own business.
Yes.
Okay.
And what we find, and the studies conclusively indicate that 90% of small businesses, in fact, it might be a high percentage, 90+% of people who start a business, eventually they fail. These businesses
That's tough.
go out of business.
Wow.
On the flip side, you could walk into a franchise situation.
So this is B. So
This
there's
is B.
A, I'll make sure we're clear.
Yes.
There's A, which is you kind of go out there and don't really follow a model.
Right.
And then there's B.
Right.
So tell us about B, if you would, please.
Okay, modeling success system B means you're looking at a franchise offering. We're able to step into a system.
Like a restaurant?
Like a restaurant. A good example is a McDonald's, let's say, or a Kentucky Fried, whatever.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I happen to like McDonald's, man.
Classic example.
Is that okay?
Of course
Okay.
it is. But of course, we're looking at enormous investment. But that aside, what we're trying to establish here with this conversation is that a franchise brings to you a system of success. And they bring to you their own systems and techniques and strategies that almost guarantee success. And the reverse is true here. 90% of franchises, over 90% of franchises succeed.
Now, Joe, you're an international business executive. International means you're outside the United States.
Yes.
By the way. I guess you know that. Why would I say that to you? You probably know that. Can you share some countries, if you would, just to give folks a scope of what you've seen across the world? I mean, it applies here in these United States of America, but it applies a lot of places. These principles you're going to be sharing with us. Share a couple of the countries. Give us a couple of examples, please.
Well, I've worked with individuals in Europe.
In Europe, okay.
In Asia, been to Japan several times, been to Malaysia, been to South Africa, been to some of the African countries. We've been to South America. So what we're saying here is that we have a system that literally is a global in nature.
Hence, the international business executive yourself. When
Correct.
you work with these business owners, you've seen this. And folks are rating themselves right now. I mean, just on A and B, on a scale, still a scale of 1 to 10, right? You haven't moved that scale down to negatives, right? Just
No.
1 to 10.
From 1 to 10.
You rate yourself somewhere, and they all have their numbers down as we're going through these questions. And let's jump right, if we can, to question number 7, because question number 7, they're all important. I mean, these are all really important questions. But question number 7, as we do the Millionaire quiz, Joe, tell us, what is question number 7, if you would, please?
Question number 7, are you acquiring multiple streams of income?
Now, when you say that, what you're saying is there's how many streams of income?
There's 7 streams of income.
Okay, so you asked the question before, we doing multiple streams of income. I got that. And there's 7. Now, Joe, can you take a moment and just kind of step back? I mean, and kind of just walk us through what you walked your clients through and how you've helped them. So let's take a look at the 7 streams of income. These are incomes that you're suggesting.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start with the first 2, which are what?
We call them labors of love. Labors
Labors of love. So if you will, talk about what labors of love mean and how that corresponds directly with streams of income. Folks are trying to connect the dots here, Joe.
Sure.
I mean, I'm with you, I believe, but give us a point of clarification.
Well, labors of love sort of focuses on stuff that you love. And number 1 is your job. And you know what? Most people, if we do a survey, perhaps, don't like their jobs.
Did you say they don't like it?
Most people. But, the fact is there are folks out there that love their jobs as well, okay? And we don't want to exclude nobody or anybody. The fact here is what we're suggesting with this formula here, success formula, if you will, is that, you got to work your job. And we know that, the 40, 40, 40 plan.
Hold on. Okay, you lost me on this. The 40, what? Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, we break that down very simply.
Okay.
A lot of people look to work for 40 years, sometimes, of course, jumping through several different jobs, but they're working 9 to 5, and they're projected to do that for over 40 years. Okay. And, of course, they're doing that 40 hours per week for 40 years, only to look on a retirement stare in their face at the end of 40 years of 40% of their income. So that's the formula right there, 40, 40, 40.
Okay.
And that sometimes, for some, does not spell the success that really ultimately that they seek. We're looking also as a secondary situation where some people convert their hobbies into revenue producing activity, where perhaps they're a tennis, they love tennis and they're going to seek to teach tennis as a part-time endeavor, or they're golfing and they're going to teach that as a part-time endeavor, or they're just doing something part-time to supplement their 9-to-5 income.
Okay.
We call that labors of love.
Labors of love. Now, could these also be business owners? Do they fit into that category where it's a labor of love? They're doing what they love to do, but still this could be an opportunity for them?
Yes, it is. And of course, some people out there are self-employed.
Okay.
Some people out there are business owners, love what they do, but their time broke.
Okay.
They have not enough time for themselves or for their families, or for pursuing activities that are entertainment or even vacation for some. So what we're saying here is that yes, labors of love, two income scenarios here, your job and or a secondary income, a part-time income. It could be. It could be a second job.
Got it.
But what we're saying here is that we call it labors of love.
I love it. And what's the second one, if we can? You said there's 7 streams of income that millionaires have, or we're going to talk about that. The second one, if you would, says here, what does that say up there? It says 2 investment types.
2 investment opportunities.
Okay,
And
say that again. 2
investment opportunities.
Okay, now, Joe, you're a millionaire. You work with folks. You're an international business coach. You need to really break that down, if you would, and talk about the 2 types of investments.
Well, there are individuals out there who are individuals who are looking in the realm of real estate, where they have a second home. It could be an income-producing home, and that is a situation where they're earning that secondary income through an investment. Or it could be someone who purchased stock on the stock market. But we know where those 2 avenues, are really a function of the economy. We know where, the economy goes through boom and bust. We know where the economy, undergoes shifts, economic shifts. And we understand what happened in 2007, 2008 with the real estate crash, if you will. Individuals prior to that were experiencing massive success in the real estate arena. But unfortunately, during the period of the bust, then of course they over leverage on the real estate side, and of course lose their shirts, if you will. Of course, the stock market is another arena that individuals over time can build considerable wealth. But again, it's a function of the economy and a function of just riding that economic boom, if you will. We have individuals who go through serious crises.
Wow.
During the Wall Street collapse, and those individuals we're talking to right now.
Wow, 7 streams of income. That was the question that you asked, a very important question, and you're sharing right now what millionaires do. These aren't just everyday folks, right? These are the secrets that millionaires are doing every single day. So we have 4 so far, Joe. You mentioned 2 labors of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned, if I recall as well, another 2 that you talked about just a few minutes ago on the investment. Tell us about another 3, if you can. Let's just brain this down. Joe, I wish we had more time, by the way. Yeah. We don't have time to be here all day long, but you give us such good stuff. It can just go on and on and on and on. But you're now sharing 3. So you got 4 plus 3 equals 7. I can add, Joe. I can get that.
Yes.
Tell us about 3 residual streams of income. Is that what you mean by that, Joe?
Yes.
Okay, so share for the audience, if you can, those that are listening. They're just seeing the number 3 right now, and they're seeing residual. They're trying to connect the dots. Please, Joe, please break it down.
Residual income, and I've experienced a lot of that in my lifetime. I'm 30 years in sales and marketing, and the last 20 I've been full-time experiencing incredible residual income. What do I mean by that? Residual income is being able to duplicate your time and your efforts through others. Being able to leverage your efforts through others. And when you do that, you experience true residual income. We look at, singers or writers, they also experience residual income. You do one thing well, very well, and you can benefit over time on a residual basis.
Wow. So they should have 3 types of residual. Is that
Not
correct?
one,
Not one.
not 2, but 3 or more. And my, based on my experience over 30 years of my business experience in this country, that we need to have a diversified income portfolio.
Say that again.
A diversified income portfolio.
As an international business executive, why is that so important? You just mentioned it again, but I want you just to mention that just one more time. Why is it important? Why do millionaires have a diversified, what's it called again?
A diversified income portfolio.
Oh, okay. Explain one more time what you mean by that.
Well, we have individuals out there who are self-employed, let's say. Okay. People who are in a job environment, we call them jobbers for short. But the bottom line is that they might be over leveraged in one area or the other. As an example, we have individuals who are in the job environment. If your income is more than 80% in one area, you are in trouble. That formula here is what I'm saying is that you need to diversify your income, because God forbid you lose your job. You perhaps end up on the unemployment line sometime into the future. If you're a business owner, God forbid the economy turns the wrong way.
Ooh, we've seen that.
And you're left upside down, and you have to file bankruptcy, let's say. We have a scenario there where you're first to sign off on bankruptcy. What we're saying here is that if you can diversify your income portfolio, that you can lose your job, you can lose your business, but you have your investments going. But God forbid the economy shifts again, and you lose your income on the stock market, or you lose your income in the real estate arena. Then you have a residual. You have such a diversified portfolio that you can lose one and still catch up with the others. It's also possible that you could lose on your residual side as well. But what we're saying is that diversify your portfolio.
Diversify your portfolio. Now,
yes.
There's some folks out there, they've got to have a question. Joe, this is great, good stuff, and there's a question they have. They're going to show that question in a moment. There's got to be top of mind to them. It's got to be in their mind. And they have what they call, probably just a big question. They're hearing you, Joe. They've heard it before, and they've got to be asking, does this even work? They're busy.
Yes.
And so they're like, whoa, I'm already busy trying to do one thing over here, Joe. Now you ask me to diversify. Now you ask me to do multiple things. Can you share a story, if you can, of someone you work with, Joe, that's been part of your mentorship, and you've taken them from where they want to go? Because this isn't no 10-year plan, I understand. You don't have a 5-year plan. You're talking about 90 days or less here.
90 days. Please,
Joe, if you can, share a story, if you will, of someone who was in that situation, if you will.
Well, a friend of mine, he's currently living in Atlanta. His name is Leroy. But I was able to introduce a project to Leroy, and I've seen him when he started driving a taxi, working his blind business, because he also had a blind business, putting up vertical blinds. But he was working those two scenarios, two income scenarios. But I introduced him to a concept and a project, and over his first 120 days, he was able to walk right out of those scenarios and walk right into a scenario with this company that today is a 6-figure income, heading to 7-figure earner in that particular project. But what I'm saying here is that for this particular gentleman, very good friend, I was able to work with him on a one-on-one basis and mentor and teach and coach him. And today I'm just proud to see him grow, see his family flourish, and see him being a recipient of some incredible, incredible lifestyle.
Wow, wow. Well, thanks so much for sharing. And perhaps, if I can ask, can you share maybe another example of someone who, you know, like I said, the big question has got to be, will this work for me? Maybe they tried some things before. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
Please share.
You know, it's a question that keeps sort of nagging at someone.
Yeah, I
Perhaps
can see that.
watching us right now, that, you know, can this work for me? Can I see myself succeeding here? Another lady, her name is Mary, and she, you know, I was able to work with her. She was in an environment where she had her own business, self-employed. But Mary, I was able to introduce a project to her, and she worked with me. I worked with her on a plan, on a consistent basis. She was able to work that and work her way out of her self-employment situation where she was time broke. She was the only person that was responsible for her income. And that's a danger right there. If you are working and your job is, your income is solely dependent on your effort, you're in trouble. So I was able to work with Mary. She was able to grow into a scenario where right now she's earning 6 figures.
Wow.
And I'm so proud of her, because that's really the type of people that we are catering for here with our system.
Wow. So the answer is, which we're showing them right now, is yes, it works,
A
right?
resounding yes.
A resounding yes,
Yes.
that in fact it does work. So, you know, I'm gonna ask you to kind of peel the onion, and you know, sometimes people have these success stories, Joe. They just have them, and maybe you had that in there. So I'm gonna ask Joe to say, you know, share an example of someone that it works for. I mean, walk us step by step. What happened and why? Please, if you don't mind, you mind sharing this as a quick story? I know I'm pushing you a little bit here, but I'm just curious. Please share with us.
You know what? Another story comes to mind. A friend of mine, Ron, and we go back and forth on a daily basis. We talk back and forth.
Okay.
And here's a gentleman that, you know, really just real down on his luck, down on his, you know, his wife sick, cancer, you know, just a bad situation. But just through coaching, counseling, sharing, teaching, just understand that he has what it takes to win. And that's really what we need to impart to our audience here today. You know, we want to share with you that you have the ability to win. You have the ability to overcome your circumstances. And this particular individual, my friend Ron, I saw him where he went from zero, literally, homeless, literally, but today is earning multiple 6 figures. And I attribute that primarily to just on a daily basis, mentoring, coaching, teaching, just sharing, masterminding with him. And so, you know, the message really to the audience is that you can have it all. You can overcome any challenges in your life that sometimes seem unsurmountable. Challenges that get in the way. You know, challenges you need perhaps as a small business owner, that you need to acquire another business. This is for you. You know, a college student getting out of college and looking for extra income. Like my son, he just got himself a job for $40,000 a year. But you know what I said, son? You do not settle here. Your sights, you know, as one of the great authors says, you know, your job is to secure your bills. Your part-time income is to secure your fortunes. And that's really the message that we have here today.
So Joe, you international business executive. You've been around the world. You've had folks work under you, 400,000 individuals through the power of global world. I mean, this is very important. You've seen $1 million+ You've done it, and you package all that together, as I understand, as a way to work with folks and help them with the 90-day millionaire. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they could have an opportunity to take all your knowledge, all your experience, and not only you transferring what you know, but experiences of others you've worked with. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
So there's some folks out there, Joe, they're probably wondering, what are the next steps? Like, what are the next steps? And we'll leave these slides up for just a moment, and let's just talk about, Joe, for those folks that are ready. They don't have 10 years. They don't have 5 years. They only have 1 year. You mentioned earlier that, I think you said retirement is staring some folks in the
face.
In the face.
You know, the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking, so it's time. So let's talk about what some of the next steps are. First thing we want them to do is we want them just to join the winning what?
The winning team.
That's the Joe Reed team.
That's the Joe Reed
Joe
team.
Reed team is the winning team.
That's right.
I like that. I like that. I like
That's
that.
right.
So for those that just want to join your team right now, I mean, we know there's investment, but I know you're going to walk them through this in a few moments, step by step, and you're going to walk them through this. But where can they go right now? If they're out there right now saying, you know what, Joe, I've got the internet. I have my phone. I'm all in. I'm ready over the next 90 days to change my life, to change the course, or to get to where I want to get to faster with less stress. Where would they go, Joe?
We invite them to go to wealthin90.com. That's again, www.wealthin90.com.
Now, some folks, they stepped away for a moment and they heard 90. Is that 90? Is that N-I? Say it one more time.
We're going to spell it out. It's wealth, WEALTHIN 90. That's the numeral 90.com. Wealthin90.com.
So for those that go to that, there is an investment. Is that correct? I mean,
Sure.
we're not giving too much, but there is an investment. This is not a free program.
It's not there's no free lunches.
There's
there.
no free lunches no more. Oh, what happened? What happened to the free lunches? Let's just tell them what they're going to get, Joe. And if we can, let's just tell them what they're going to get. First, they're going to get the what?
A 90-day wealth system.
So this is your whole system.
Yes.
This is everything
This is
included.
basically a condensation of all my knowledge, experience, wisdom, all the information that I've garnered over the years, 30 plus years in the industry, 20 years full-time owning my own business, be able to condense all that knowledge and information and package it and offer it to my listening audience.
So you're going to take all the information, all your notes, files, customers that you work with, and you're going to share that all with someone right now, and they have the opportunity to work directly with you, I understand.
Yes.
This is directly with the Joe Reed, the
Yes.
international business coach who has business executive, who had a downline of over 400,000 folks. What a fantastic way. Let's just talk about what they get, if they will. The first thing, Joe, as I understand, we're going to show it to them right now, is they're going to get something that's very, very important. It's called the what?
It's called the Millionaire Mentorship Program.
Okay, so one part of it is the Millionaire membership. And with the Millionaire membership, I understand there's a couple things they get. They're going to get mentorship. You're going to lead them. You're going to motivate them. Talk a little bit about why it's important to have a mentor, and more importantly, a millionaire mentor. Tell why is that important, because they're going to be working with you, right?
Yes.
Directly with you.
Yes.
And you've had mentors as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, please
You
share.
know what? Just take a quick look at the sporting world. All the great athletes, they all have one thing in common, and that's a coach. The success of that athlete is a reflection of the coaching that they get. So what we're saying here, let's translate that into real terms here.
Okay.
That for your success is a direct function of the people you surround yourself with, the people that advise you, the people that counsel you on a daily basis. So what we're saying here is that we have a system, we have a benchmark, if you will. We have the systems, the strategies, the techniques that can ensure your success.
And these are going to be, this is a customized solution. I mean, you're going to work with folks one-on-one and be able to customize. Is that what you called it before?
Customized solution. We're
Customized.
saying that we have several individuals on all different spectrum of activity, income activity, if you will. The guys, individuals out there in the job environment, individuals out there who are small business owners, individuals who are investors, individuals who are, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond.
Okay.
Retirement, staring you in their faces, looking at not enough income to get by.
This is for them. Now, also, understand there's something else that comes with this as well. And we're going to show that to them right now, Joe. They're going to see this in just a minute. They're going to show it to them. Something else that comes with it, and it's called the what?
It's called a Millionaire Blueprint.
The Millionaire Blueprint. Tell us a little bit about why it's important to have a step-by-step roadmap. That's what this is, right? This is a step-by-step roadmap. Why would you say it's important to have a roadmap to take you to where you want to get to? And you've done this with a number of folks.
Yes. You know what? In addition to the Millionaire Mentorship Program, we have a Millionaire Blueprint. A blueprint being the exact steps, strategies, and techniques necessary to ensure one's success.
Got it. So that's very, very important when you're dealing with that. Now, here's what they'll get. Let's go through a couple things. First, they're going to get access to Joe Reed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You get access to Joe Reed. You're also going to be able to broadcast out. So in some cases, it may be through video. Some cases, it may be through audio. You're also going to have guest experts. Is that correct?
I certainly will.
Okay. Now, why would it be important to bring on guest experts online to be able to talk to folks, if you will? Why is that important to you? I mean, you are the expert, but yet you work with folks yourself.
You know what? Individuals need to hear different perspectives. Individuals need to be able to tap into different avenues, and that comes with different experts in different fields. And, my connections in the industry, in the business world, is such that I can pull from different areas. And they will have access to all these areas and then some.
Wow, and then some. So there is more, I understand. Let's show them what more is. Let's show them what more is. They're gonna show that in just a second. But there are some more things they can do. So one thing they have more is they have more what? Audios, more notes. There's more community. And by having more audios, having more notes, and having a community, they have a way to connect with other people that are out there. Is that correct?
That's
because
correct.
part of you is not only building what you're doing, but it's also building what? A community of folks. And we're going to show that in just a moment. They're going to show it to them. At some point, they're going to show it to them. I'm sure they're going to show them what we're talking about in just a moment. But talk about why it's important to be part of a community.
Yeah, it's like being part of a mastermind. A mastermind that can guide you, that can keep you on track. And that's what we provide here through our community.
Fantastic. Now, so this is the 90-day wealth system. It's your system. You've built it. You put it together. You're now going to share it with other folks. Tell them where they go one more time in order to get this thing. We're going to tell them what the price is in a moment. They're sitting there. What is the investment? What is the cost? Don't worry about that. But here's where they want to go. Some folks are just ready to go right now. Where did they go? Share where they go, please.
Website, www.wealthin90.com. And that's for the 90-day wealth system. Again, it's www.wealthin90.com.
Now, the N, is it I-N, is it N, and 90, is it spelled out? Some folks are listening, Joe. They're not running. They might be running right now watching it. So is it I-N, is it 90? Spell it for
We're going to spell it out for the audience. It's wealth, W-E-A-L-T-H, I-N 90.com.
Okay.
Wealthin90.com.
So there is a choice. There's a choice, right?
There's a choice.
I understand there's a choice. There's the hard way. What is the hard way, Joe, if you would?
The hard way is continuing doing what you're doing.
That's simple enough. That's easy enough for me. That's easy enough for me. But there is a what?
There's an easier way.
Okay.
There's an easy way.
If you can, take a moment and tell them a little bit more about what the easy way is like.
It's really plugging into the system that I've developed, the system that I've condensed all my knowledge and expertise and information and failures and successes over the last 30 years.
Wow.
I've condensed that into a system, and a system that will be available to our listening audience.
But it's customized, you mentioned.
Totally customized. Customized solution.
I want to make sure, customized solution, but it's not 10 years, it's not 5 years, it ain't 1 year. This is the 90-day millionaire. Is that correct?
It's a 90-day
it's important.
millionaire system. And one point I need to sort of share with the audience.
Please do.
Is that a millionaire, if you have $1 million and you stick it in a bank and you're getting very favorable terms, let's say 10%.
Oh, very favorable.
Very favorable. We're looking at $10,000 per month. So if I'm able to share with someone how they can earn that type of income, $10,000 plus per month, then technically it's as if they have $1 million stuck in a bank account.
Wow.
And I can literally do that share that concept and technique with individuals, and they can be on track to have that type of income in 90 days.
Just like over 400,000 plus folks that you work with.
Yes.
So let's go ahead right now. Let's just show them what the exact investment is. So let's put that up. They're going to see that in just a second, what the exact investment is. And the investment is what?
$997.
So for $999, this is unbelievable. This can't be for everybody. This has to be for a limited. Is this for a limited time?
It's for a limited time, and it's a limited time offer. And you know, we're looking to ultimately take this thing, you know, around the globe. And so we're looking for a limited audience to work with at $997. Ultimately, that figure.
All right, don't tell them. You're going to scare them. You're going to see them. So where do they go right now? Like, see, that's a nice pack. I mean, look at it. They're going to get your book. They're going to get everything they need to make sure that they become a millionaire. And it's called the 90-Day Millionaire. Where do they go right now? For those that are just ready to make the investment, where do they go?
One more time, it's Wealth, WEALTHIN 90, wealthin90.com.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm suggesting head over to wealthin90.com. You know, Joe, this has been fabulous. Thank you so much. I mean, certainly we really appreciate it. The folks are out there. You shared step by step how you've been successful, how you built an organization of over 400,000 plus folks, how you became a millionaire, how you made that decision to invest in that stock. I mean, all the things you've done. Take a moment, if you will. I'm going to give you an opportunity to have some final thoughts. First, again, thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks for being here.
We certainly appreciate it. But there are folks out there right now, they're listening, Joe, and they're doing just fine. Life's been good to them. But they want to take it to another level, as you talked about earlier, and they want to give back to others. And they want to pay it forward. They want to pay it and make sure their family's taken care of. There's other folks out there, they talked about what you talked about earlier. They've had some highs and some lows. Like you talked about that before, some highs and some lows. Talk to them, and there's other folks, life just hit them right in the face. A bunch of bricks have smacked them right in the face, and they really struggle right now. What would you share to those folks that are ready now to become millionaires? They're right on the fence. They're thinking about it. Take it from two parts, if you will. Number one, just talk to those folks. Then when you close out, just share once again where they can go in order to participate in this right now. And again, thank you so much. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege. I'm very humbled to be sitting here at your feet and learning myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Shay. And, you know, there's a broad spectrum of individuals out there, as you mentioned. There are individuals just starting in the job environment. There are individuals who are stuck in the middle someplace, stuck in a job. There are individuals out there who are small business owners experiencing great success. And on the other end of the spectrum are individuals getting ready for retirement. All those individuals can use extra income, can use extra money in their lives, be it to pay off some debts, as we mentioned earlier, be it to cover college education for their kids, be it to leave a legacy for their kids and their grandkids. You know, the good book says, you know, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children and for his children's children. This course, this system is for everybody. It's an opportunity for them to lock into something, information that is time proven, information that spans decades, information that can literally change their lives. And that's what we have for them. You know, it speaks to everybody, whatever level, whatever stages of life that they're in. And there are individuals out there that really need this. And this information is for them. And yes, they can accomplish that. They can tap into that information by going to Wealthin90. That's www.wealth, WEALTHIN90.com.
Wow, well, we're going to show them that final slide one last time so they can know exactly where to go. For those that got to grab a paper and pencil, they can head on out there. But again, Joe, thanks a lot. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned so much. You know, I've done a few of these interviews, but Joe, this is the one. Thanks. So thanks a lot. I certainly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.